In the elder days, when the wise still walked Middle-earth, a wager was set down between the two greatest powers of the West and the East. The Lady of the Golden Wood, Galadriel, daughter of Finarfin, bearer of Nenya, and the Dark Lord of Mordor, Sauron, the Deceiver, the enemy, master of the Black Tower. Each would prepare a single dish on a single table on a single night. The judge was not chosen from the High Elves, nor from the Council of the Wise. The judge was chosen from among mortals. The judge was you.
I am Galadriel, daughter of Finarfin, Lady of Lothlorien, bearer of Nenya. Tonight I will set before you a forest floor morel risotto, a half cup of foraged morels, lifted from the spring earth, a half cup of cremini, a quarter cup of leeks, sweated slow, a half cup of arborio, a quarter cup of dry white wine, 2 cups of mushroom broth kept warm beside the pan, a quarter cup of aged Parmesan, 1 spoonful of unsalted butter, and the chervil, torn at the end, cooked with the patience of trees, served with the quiet of a kingdom that has not yet ended. First, the foundation. The leeks, sliced fine, a quarter cup no more. The cremini, also a half cup, sliced, both into a heavy pan with the butter kept on low. They are not to brown. They are only to soften, to sweat. The colour at the bottom of the pan must remain pale. Then the rice. A half cup of arborio added dry to the leeks and turned in the warm butter until each grain is rimmed in light and the centre of each grain glows opaque. This is the toast. Without it, the risotto will never hold. Now the wine. A quarter cup of dry white poured over the toasted grain and stirred until it has vanished entirely, until the smell of alcohol has lifted into the air and is gone. Then the broth. 2 cups of warm mushroom broth beside the pan, ladled in 1 measure at a time. 1 ladle. Stir until the rice has drunk it and the liquid is gone. Another ladle. Stir again. The broth is given. The grain receives. Halfway through, fold in the morels so that they keep their dark, hollow shape and do not collapse into the rice. The risotto demands attention. It will not be left. When the rice is al dente, yielding, but with a centre that still answers the tooth, the pan comes off the heat. The Parmesan, a quarter cup, grated fine. The remaining butter, both beaten in with a spoon, swiftly, with vigour, until the risotto loosens and turns to silver. This is the mantecatura. This is the moment that turns mere rice into a feast for the Eldar. Then to a shallow porcelain bowl, rimmed with silver leaf, the torn chervil scattered above, the morels crowning the centre. Risotto waits for no one, not even for me.
Patience. The Eldar mistake patience for craft. Patience is what one does when one has already lost. I am Sauron, the Lord of the Dark Tower, the maker of the ring, the eye that does not sleep. The charcoal-charred lamb shoulder with black garlic, 1 pound of lamb shoulder, 4 cloves of black garlic, fermented in their own slow heat, 1 teaspoon of sumac, 4 cipollini onions, a half teaspoon of cracked black pepper, and 1 blood orange, squeezed at the end, over the meat, when the meat is finally still, cooked over coal, served on hammered iron. Watch. Begin with the rub. Crush the 4 cloves of black garlic into a paste. Black, because it has been left in its own heat for 40 days. Add the sumac, add the cracked pepper, and press it into the lamb, not with care, with force. Then the fire, a charcoal grill, 2 zones, a hot side that roars, and a cool side that waits. The lamb does not go on the hot side, not yet. The lamb goes on the cool side, and the lid comes down, and the lid stays down. Heat does the rest. 75 minutes, that is the time. 75 minutes of slow, indirect heat, with the cipollini onions blistering beside the lamb. The fat renders, the flesh yields, and then, and only then, the lamb moves to the direct heat. 2 minutes, one side, 2 minutes, the other, until the surface is black and ridged and industrial. This is not browning. This is the forge of Mordor applied to meat. The crust is not decoration. The crust is a wall. Off the fire, onto the iron. 10 minutes. The meat must rest, even for the Dark Lord. The juices return to the center. The crust hardens. And then the blood orange, cut, squeezed over the meat. The juice runs into the fissures of the char and meets the fat that the lamb has surrendered. Bright and sour and red, like a wound that has decided to be wine. The cipollini onions, blistered black and gold beside it. This is what the East serves. This is what Barad-dûr eats.
And so, the cooking is done. Both of the wise have laid down their tools. The fires of the east have burned down to embers. The pans of the wood have cooled. On the long stone table between Caras Galadon and the Dark Tower, 2 plates wait, one of pale porcelain, one of hammered iron. The wager remains. The mortal judge stands before them, and what comes next is the choosing.
Tonight, in the Hall of Fire, we eat what the forest floor gave us. The plate is white porcelain rimmed with silver leaf. The color is amber. The taste is patience.
And I in Barad-dûr dine alone with the storm. The plate is hammered iron. The color is dusk. The taste is conquest.
The wise have cooked. The wager remains, as it has remained these long ages of the world. Reader, there is only one judge of a feast, and one verdict that matters. Cook them both. Both recipes wait at recipyapp.com. May your hand be steady, may your fire be clean, and may your verdict, when it falls, be just.